What's up, guys? Kevin here from KevsPicks.com. Back with another DraftKings PGA Picks video. This week we've got the Northern Trust Open. I've got Fantasy Labs pulled up here on my laptop, so I'm going to get right into that in a second. Again, just a quick reminder, if you don't have an account at Fantasy Labs, I'll leave my link in the YouTube description below. It's a perfect time to get started with the NFL right around the corner. So let's dive onto my laptop here and get started with the picks. All right, so as always, I'm going to go with 4 picks for the week, and these are lower price guys like I usually do. They're going to all be 7,500 and below this week. So the first one here is Steve Stricker. I should mention that we have no course history here. So this is a new course for this event. PGA Tour hasn't been here before, and a lot of these guys probably haven't even played this course before this week. So we won't be looking at course history, but we will be looking at some stats and some Fantasy Labs stats as well. But for the most part for this video, I'll talk mostly about the players' game logs and a little bit about strokes gained tee to green, which I'm also looking at quite a bit this week. So Steve Stricker is my first pick at 7,500. He comes into this tournament in good form. He hasn't played too many PGA Tour events this year, but when he does play, he does do well. Hasn't missed a cut for a while back in March, it looks like. A couple top 10 finishes. He had a 5th place finish at the John Deere Classic where he always plays good. Looks like on the Champions Tour, 3rd place at the 3M, 54th PGA Championship, 37th at the British Open. So always in great form. Steve Stricker seems to always play pretty well, and I think this could be a good course for him. From what I've seen, it looks like players are going to have to be kind of setting up their next shot off the tee. They're going to set themselves up for their next shot and that kind of thing. So I think it's going to be a little bit of a strategic course. I think Steve Stricker will do well with that. If we look at his PGA card here, he's 58th in strokes gained tee to green, and he's really good around the green, 31st, and his approach is pretty good, 60th, and then his putting is really good, 10th. So I think he's a pretty solid player all around, pretty cheaply priced at 7,500, and there's a lot of golfers in that range, so I think he will be pretty low owned. So I'm hoping for maybe a top 20 finish from Steve Stricker, and at that price tag, that should be enough to pay itself off if he gets inside the top 20. Next up is Tony Finau, 7,300. Going to be a popular play, but I had to include him for this price range. He's just a lot cheaper than I would have thought. You'd probably price him around maybe 8,300 instead of 7,300 if you're looking at the other players as comparables. If you look at his game log, 44th at the PGA, 5th at the Canadian Open, 27th at the British, 7th at the Greenbrier, 29th, 17th. So you can see a lot of top finishes there. Not too many missed cuts recently, and he's just playing really good overall, a lot better than that $7,300 price tag. And then if we look at his PGA Tour stats as well, just doesn't make sense that he's 7,300. He's 4th strokes gained off the tee, 35th in strokes gained approach, 55th around the green, and 7th tee to green. And strokes gained total, he's 12th. So he's one of the better players on the PGA Tour this year, and he's 7,300. So I had to include him. And then my third pick here is Ian Poulter, 7,000. His game log is pretty impressive after a really bad start to the season. I think he had a bad year last year as well. But if you look at his game log more recently, it's pretty impressive. Starting over at the Scottish Open 9th, British Open 14th, Canadian Open 3rd, and PGA Championship 22nd. So he's playing really good golf right now. Looking at his PGA Tour stats, not great off the tee. He's a shorter hitter, but he is good with strokes gained approaching the green. He's 4th there, 5th around the green, probably a below average putter or an average putter. But overall strokes gained tee to green 13th and strokes gained total 15th. So he's playing pretty solid golf right now, and I think he's just maybe the type of golfer that can work his way around this course, even though he doesn't hit the ball as far. And he's a good price, 7,000. There's not too much below the 7,000 range that I like this week, so Ian Poulter at 7,000 will probably make quite a few of my lineups. Then my last pick here is DeLaet at 6,800. He's a little bit of a streaky golfer. He will miss his cuts, but he does have quite a few top finishes as well. As you can see, if we look back to February, we have a 10th place finish, a 6th place finish here, another 10th place finish, a 7th place finish at the PGA Championship his last time out. So he does have some top finishes mixed in there. And then if we look at his player card as well, you'll see he ranks pretty well in a lot of these categories. 19th in strokes gained off the tee, 15th strokes gained approach, The only place he really struggles is around the green. Putting's pretty decent at 37th, and then strokes gained total 29th. So overall, pretty solid golfer, playing pretty well right now. Confidence is up there after a good showing at the PGA Championship, final round 69 there. He shot 68-69 on the weekend. So I think he'll come into this tournament with a little bit of confidence, and I think this course could maybe suit his game, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's up there towards the top of the leaderboard. So those are my 4 picks for this week, guys. Hopefully you guys, if you guys use these picks, hopefully they do well. Hopefully you guys win some money, and good luck as always, and talk to you guys later.